Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of our Coaches Call Weekly NFL Pick'em Show. It's called Pro Lines and Raking Dimes. And I'll tell you what, I'm sitting here with my main man, Donnie Betts, out of Nashville. Tristan's not here. He's up in the Brokeback Mountain somewhere with his buddies, doing some camping or something. I don't know. Our boy's taking some day off, but he did send me his pick'ems. So with a little reasoning why. But this is Pro Lines and Raking Dimes. Coaches Call NFL Weekly Pick'em Show. We've been out of pocket for a couple weeks. Man, I'll tell you what, sicknesses go around, and the holidays and all that, and we couldn't sit straight. I know my boy Donnie over there hurting a little bit. Finally getting over it, right, D?
I'm hoping turning the corner. It's been 2 long weeks.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. It was such a and pardon the frohawk here, but it was not great. It was a rough 2 months for me. I'm trying to level out now, get all the toxics out of me. I was telling Donnie about my routine ice bath I just got out of, and it's just making a difference, trying to make us better. But anyway, nobody gives a shit about our health, Donnie. They want to know about what we're gonna win, or what we're gonna bet, and how we're gonna win. And we are up. I think we're up about 12 units on the season. Tristan has all those numbers, but I think we're 12 units up on the season as a consensus pick. That the three of us pick the same one. Some weeks, man, we can pick 8 or 9, and then some weeks we only pick 2 or 3, but. Either way, we're doing a pretty good job. We did a pretty good job of it. I want to start off. I know this is an NFL Pick'em show, but we've got probably the biggest football game of the year. Going to kick off Monday. A lot of people think it's the Super Bowl. No, it's not. It's the College National Championship. That's the biggest game of the year, every year. So, in saying that, I was talking to Donnie before we got on. He was talking to me about the money. Now, I am on TCU in our college pick'em shows and everything. I've already bet it. Last Monday, I bet them at 14. I bet them at 13.5. I also bet them Monday on the money line plus 400. It has since dropped to, I think, 360. I think you might be able to catch it at 370 some places, but down to 360 on the money line. Donnie, tell me and the listeners what's going on with the money, with the bets, and why I should be a little bit worried.
Well, we looked at this same situation. We talked about it earlier in the week, that when Tennessee played Georgia, a ton of the money came in on Tennessee right off the bat. Huge numbers, huge bets. Like, everybody was on Tennessee. Drove the line down a little bit, and then the line just stopped moving. And if you're getting the kind of money and bets that they're getting, you expect the line to keep going down. That didn't happen. Well, that didn't happen because the money started coming in on Georgia. And then hours before, the money was really flowing in on Georgia. So when I talked to you earlier this week, we were looking at it, and TCU had about 75% of the bets and about 80% of the money. And that has fallen to about 73% of the bets and about 65% of the money. And we know that Mattress Mac put a ton on it, but his was money line, so it doesn't change it that much, but it should influence a lot. But it's not. It stopped at 12.5, and that is the number. When Georgia, the people that are rooting for Georgia, or the people that think Georgia is going to cover by a number, I guess that number is 13. So at 12.5, they've leveled it out. It is stopped, and now you're up to, you're from 15 to 35% of the money, and we still got 3 days left. So
when do you think I should put my money in on Georgia and try to middle it? What would be the number? To try to. I don't want to hedge. I don't want to be like the other guys that bet or parlay 3 teams at minus 400, and then I know a lot of people had Michigan last week and they got their ass kicked. They had to hedge. I don't want to hedge. I want to try to middle. I don't know if there's going to be an opportunity to do that.
There's not. It stopped it when it got to 12.5. That was the breaks. I mean, it went from when we talked. Was it Tuesday at 14, and it already moved down to 13.5, and then overnight, Wednesday night, it got to 13. By the morning, it was 12.5, and it was done. And it's been there for over almost 48 hours now. Or sorry, 24 hours now. Sorry. I'm still brain fogged, but it's done. It's not moving. In fact, the money's now flying in on the other side. So I expect this to actually go back up to 13. I don't think it'll go up to 13.5. But we'll just have to wait and see.
What do you think? Go ahead.
There'll be a lot more money coming in as, like I said, we still got 3 days left. So,
right.
You'll see some more happen, especially after Sunday's NFL games, because a lot of the bettors are very scientific and they don't bet too far ahead unless they've got good reason.
Right.
Because they don't want to tie up if they're trying to middle, like you're talking about, they don't want to tie up their money because they will middle everything on that. They will put, if you've got $1 million bankroll, you'll put all 1 million on a middle, 500 on each side if you've got it in the right area.
Yeah.
Worst it happens, you have $1 million left. Best it happens, you have 2.
So right.
They're not going to do that until it's time.
So what do you think? What advice would you give a guy like me? Now, I bet TCU from a coach's point of view, from watching both games, from watching both teams, and I'm going to be honest with you, Donnie, I said this at the beginning. I thought Georgia played a very bad game. I thought TCU offensively played a very bad game. I think Dugan was like 9 for 40-something and 120 yards and 2 picks. And, I mean, it looked like he was playing with a stick up his ass. TCU's defense, again, I'm biased because that's the defense I ran when I was coaching for 15 years, or a defense coordinator. The 3-3-5, it's tough to scheme against and block and all that. But I'm looking at it that way. All right, you both played your worst games of the year, and this is where you end up. This is what you end up doing. If you're both at your best, I just think TCU has that hunger, has that chip on the shoulder, where Georgia does not. And you could tell, and I could tell by Kirby's post game comments about how bad they played, and if they want to even compete, they got to be better. And their Stetson Bennett has to play better, or we're not going to win. And there was a little fear in the voice. So that's where my bets come from. Give me your advice for guys that are listening, that are like in a place like me, that put a lot of money early on TCU because we thought the line would drop. I got them at 14 and 13.5 and plus 400 on money line. Should I let the game start, live bet to try to hedge if and what, or what would your advice be for me?
The weird part of this one is I don't see a hedge opportunity at the moment for a TCU better. And the reason why is Georgia, outside of the Ohio State game, has pretty much played from ahead all year.
Right.
They've been a very dominant first half team. So if anything, I think that's a reason to not do it. I think if you had the conviction, you stick with it and you just say, you know what, I trust my conviction. I trust my knowledge on the coaching staff and the players, and I go from there. Will I be on that side? No, I'm going to be on the Georgia side, but I'm following the money. I'm not always right. I had Georgia versus Ohio State and lost, and it was my biggest bet of the year. I'm now 3-1 in the last 4 years, so I only bet it once. It's usually a national championship or a playoff game because I can see those better. Excuse me, but I don't see an opportunity. Like, there's some chances, like you could probably grab the over, which right now is trending. Let's see. Because a lot of people thought it would be trending.
What is that?
A lot of people think the under is going to trend, and it started trending, but the 62.5, if it does go over, favors the Georgia line, so, you would think it would be a shootout, but every one of these, I think right now we're trending at like 67% of all the college football bowl games went over. So that's a huge number in itself. I don't see a hedge opportunity. unless it's a live hedge.
Well, I
So
guess
let's
that's
say
what.
that
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm talking
anything
about.
can happen, anything can happen in any football game. So I would just wait, and then if TCU scores first, hey, Georgia's going to drop to minus 5.5, minus 6.5, and you can jump on it there and try to middle.
Okay, I guess that's
But
what I was saying. I didn't
yeah, I
clarify.
don't think
It's gonna
there's
have to be a live
it's going to
hedge.
have to be live, and it's going to have some luck to it, I think. Just because, and the bad thing is you may not even be able to get it in. Let's say that TCU does what they do and they drive down and they score, and the lines start moving, and you're like, all right, I want to see this first drive for Georgia and see what happens before I live bet it. And then next thing you know, it's a 67-yard touchdown pass, and you're like, shit, I missed my chance. So if you're vexed on it, jump on it as soon as you can, because these teams are going to score. And I say that I think Georgia's going to score exponentially more. I think TCU can score, but the 3-3-5 is not that new to the SEC. Nick
No.
Saban ran it for
Well,
years.
it started there. It started at Mississippi State.
Yeah, it started Mississippi State. Alabama ran it all through the early 2010s. So it's not like the coaches aren't familiar with it. They've got the players to exploit it. And given enough time, I think Stetson Bennett has played very, very well. He had the best game of any QB in the top four. And he's not supposed to be that guy, but their running game is they're stacking the box on the run, and he's like, okay, well, if that's what you're going to give me, then I'm going to gas you across the middle, or I'm going to catch this guy on an out route, and I'm going to take 15, 20 here, and then you missed a step. Now it's a 67-yard strike. So that's kind of what we're seeing. I think a live bet is about the only way, and you're going to need a little luck.
Okay. All right. Well, we will stay tuned to something like that, guys. I am going.
Tristan have for that? Did he say
No,
anything?
he didn't. He didn't. He didn't. I think he said some. I think he said he's going to follow the Cinderella story early this week, but we haven't said anything. All right, guys, y'all stay tuned. I'm going to step away real quick, get me some coffee, and we're going to go straight into the NFL. We're going to pick every freaking game and talk about a couple that are very, very important. So I'll be right back. Hold up. All right, let's just jump right into it. Donnie, we'll start the NFL slate. Now I know we talked about earlier. There's going to be some guys that aren't playing, some quarterbacks that aren't playing, because things are already set in stone. Correct?
That is it. And you've got updates coming out daily. Justin Fields was announced yesterday that he's not playing. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be. We may even get some game time decisions that we're not expecting. So, any of those things can.
The Minnesota line just went from 8 to 7.5. I mean, it's changing, right? This is crazy.
Yeah, everything's going to keep changing just because of all this. Don't be surprised after, Kansas City plays the Raiders. If they win, it changes again. As teams look for home field advantage and things like that, like the afternoon games are going to change drastically. Like it's just going to happen.
Really? Okay. So we've got 2 games tomorrow. Well, and Tristan said earlier in the week, brother, that he probably won't even lay a bet this weekend.
I get it.
It's that weekend. It's that weekend that it's screw it. I ain't betting shit.
The crazy thing is, if you are smart and you are sharp and you follow the money and watch what these teams are doing, there's a great opportunity to make some good money. Like this is one of the best weekends ever to make money. So, if you had gotten on, the Browns early in the week, at plus, I think it came out like plus 3.5. That was a great line, and now it's down to 2 because everybody's hammering it. But that's like Falcons minus 4.5. I'm not going to touch that game. I know it's the Bucks. I know Brady wants to win, but they're locked up. There's no reason for them to push it. So yeah, there's going to be some games out there that really have playoff implications, and there's going to be some that are just trash. Like
okay, so what about this, Donnie? Would it be if we picked the Kansas City and Tennessee game today,
Yep.
right now, would you be good with that bet?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Okay, let me
I'm
ask you
good.
this.
I'm
So
good with
then,
betting all
so
of
then
them.
on what is it? Today's Friday. That's Sunday on the 8th. If we made these bets, these pick'ems today, would you be good with Sunday's bets, or would you rather wait till Saturday night and then bet it?
I mean, there'll be changes just like anything else. But I mean, that's like, if you've got some questionable players on a injured reserve list or on an injury list. So like let's look at
Well, the only
try to get
reason I
that.
say this, Donnie, is because you just said the afternoon games, the lines are going to change drastically. So
Sure.
I'm sitting here
But
thinking,
it's just like an injury list. So like look at it the same way we pick these games usually on Thursday
right,
before the games, and we don't know what the injury list is going to be. I mean,
right,
if you look at the injury report Tuesday for Tennessee, it still had Derrick Henry out. Treylon Burks wasn't on it. Trevor Lawrence wasn't on it. And now Treylon's on it, Henry's off, and Lawrence is on. So it's the same thing. I mean, you at some point you can always change we're giving you advice. We're giving you what our advice is at this moment. That doesn't mean that, it can't change. And that's why we always tell you every week, hey, log into the Discord because it's the most important thing that we got. It's the most real-time thing that we have. If a change happens, you'll see us light up the Discord. Hey, Derrick Henry's out. I'm cashing the bet out and I'm not betting it. Or if, let's say Trevor Lawrence game time decision can't play, let's hammer the Titans, because they're riding Trevor Lawrence's back right now.
right.
So that's the reason the Discord is so important. But in the same sense, I mean, we've got to make a given prediction based on our knowledge at the moment,
Okay.
which is what
So let's do this. Let's run down the slate. Me, you, I've got Tristan's notes. We'll run down the slate and we'll pick them like we always do. Then what I want to do, Donnie, is I want to go back, me and you, while we're going through it, you could tell us about the money because that's basically how you pick anyway. Then I want to go through and actually look at these games. And even if it's one or two, I don't give a shit. What would you actually put money on? We're going to pick the slate because it's a pick'em show, right?
Sure.
And that way we can talk shit at the end, and then the winner's going to get a fucking jersey or whatever the hell we talked about 20 episodes ago. But I want to do the actual. This is like right now. I want people to know. All right, guys, we're looking at it now. Right now, there's only two fucking games I'm going to pick all weekend because it's scaring the shit out of me.
That.
Okay,
Yeah, we can do that. That's a good choice. I like it.
Let's let's run down. Let's do our pick'em. I'm going to start with Tristan. He said we've got the Chiefs at -9.
Yep.
At the Raiders, and that's a 3:30 game tomorrow. This is our boy, the Millennial Vampire, saying Chiefs -9.5. Normally, I'd play Raiders in this spot, but the Chiefs are playing for seeding and should be motivated. Lay the points at -9.5. I'm going to completely disagree because I'm biased. I don't like it. They've got a quarterback. The Raiders are horrible. Give me the Raiders +9 at home because all Kansas City has to do is win. They don't have to win by a certain number to get the seeding, correct? They just have to win.
That's correct. They just
give me the Raiders +9. Donnie, what do you have?
I think that Tristan's actually correct on this. I think that they come out and they throw as much as they can in the first half, and then they try to sit Mahomes after that. I don't see the Raiders having the firepower outside of Devontae Adams, and Carr's not going to play. So, I don't see them being able to keep up and put up enough points in the second half to catch up. So
Carr's not going to play, right?
I thought they were going to the rookie.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I think
that's why I went. That's why I went Raiders +9.
And the other thing is, Josh Jacobs is questionable. Yeah, that popped up. Let's see. I think it popped up yesterday. He plans to play, but still has a a hamstring issue. So
What's
yeah.
the money show on that, Donnie?
The money on that one shows, majority of bets going to Raiders and the majority of money, but it's really, really slight. It's almost a 50-50 game across the board. So there's no differentiation. So I think you just kind of have to go with your gut and see what you think,
Yeah.
who's gonna pull
Cool.
the heartstrings. And I mean, obviously the Chiefs have more motivation to go on and get this out of the way, get that home field advantage locked in and coast. So yeah.
Okay, so 2 on the Chiefs and me on the Raiders. The next one, Tennessee's going to Jacksonville later on the evening, the tail end of the doubleheader. Jacksonville giving 6.5 at home to Tennessee. Tristan said the Jags -6. Jags can taste the playoffs, and just like the Chiefs, they should be motivated. I love this number under a TD. Donnie, go ahead.
I'm on the opposite side. These games are usually very close, and Derrick Henry has been known to own the AFC South. I mean, he should have part ownership in all AFC South teams at this moment. He is going to play, and if you watch the game, Josh Dobbs, he's not a bad quarterback. I mean,
Yeah.
he gave you an opportunity to get the ball out quick, which we have not, the Titans have not seen. He's mobile, more mobile than Tannehill, who has taken the league's most sacks. And he doesn't mind throwing the deep ball. So I think he came in at a good time and a good opportunity, and he gained the confidence of the coaching staff. And that's why they started him. They're like, all right, well, let's see what he can do in the last game. And it was not even close. Like, they announced him, Monday morning that he's the starter. So you paid your draft pick all this money, and you just pulled a guy out of the practice squad, and you're giving him the keys. That's because they want to win.
Right.
I think Tennessee covers the spread, and it would not surprise me if they won the game. The money shows it too. There's almost a 20 point difference between the bets and the money on that game already.
Yeah.
And there's a 15-point difference in the money line, which is huge.
Oh.
So, yeah.
All right. Yeah, give me the Titans. I love the dogs. I love the dogs. Before we even started this, I love the dogs.
Who do you got?
Yeah, I like Tennessee. Give me Raiders, and give me Titans
You're
tomorrow.
muted.
Oh shoot, I am?
I think you're muted.
No. Can you hear me? I can hear me. Maybe you can't hear me.
Pause it.
Yeah, I like the 2 dogs tomorrow. Give me the Raiders +9. Give me the Titans +6.5. I might even tease that, bud, because I just don't. I like the Titans a lot, and the Raiders do just enough. I've said it all year long, and last year, the Chiefs do just enough to get by. And I love what you said. They're going to come out in the first half, try to take care of business, and then sit out dumb, and then maybe the Raiders get a chance for a backdoor cover. So give me both of them. Here's the thing. Talk to me about this. Cincy, when Tristan sent me this, Cincinnati was -7. Now they're -10.
9.5. Yeah.
What the hell happened? 2.5 points?
The game took on a little bit more meaning. And the reason why is the Patriots and Bills game is a big game. It is for second seed in the AFC. And if the Bills lose and the Bengals win, then I'm not sure how that works out, because they've already announced they're going to cancel that game. But I don't know how the tiebreakers work, but that's the reason that I saw the line move. As soon as they announced that the game would not be replayed, that line moved up to +9.5.
I'll tell you what they need to do, Donnie. If there's a tiebreaker, what they need to do is they need to come to Elgin, Texas, and go to Southside Meat Market and flip a coin the way Odessa Permian did in that movie Friday Night Lights. That would be fucking awesome. Either way, I don't care. Here's what our boy said. Cincy -7. I expect Bengals to take care of business here and win the NFC North. Man, that was a little boring take there, Tristan. I like Joey B. I'll be wearing my jersey. Give me Joey B. I've got Bovada's got him at -10. I'll buy it down to 9.5 just for the hook. But I like the Bengals, as does Tristan. What do you got, Donnie?
I think that's a good bet as well. the crazy part of all of this is, the Ravens they're locked in. They have no reason to go out and try to do anything crazy. They'll probably end up sitting some people. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. They haven't announced that they're sitting anybody, but obviously Lamar Jackson's questionable. He's not going to play. Like, don't even think about it.
Right.
But Tyler Huntley is also questionable. So it wouldn't surprise me if they start, their third quarterback and just say, all right, let's run it from there and then try to go for the playoffs. So yeah, I think we're all on the same page. I think the Bengals take this one.
Cool, man. We're a chalky group then, but let's do it. That'll be our first bet. Okay, then we go to the Panthers at New Orleans. New Orleans given 3.5. I heard this also. I'm going to go ahead and read Tristan. Of course, he's got the Panthers plus 3.5. He said, I think the Panthers win this game outright. Steve Wilkes has motivation to win the game to help his bid for Panthers head coach, especially after reports that he's going to be competing with John Harbaugh for the job. I wouldn't be scared of John Harbaugh if you put us in a fucking phone booth. I don't I don't give a shit. I mean, I'll go get Sonny Dykes and beat your ass again, Johnny. But it makes sense. Now, I'm a big Panther fan. I'm not a big New Orleans Saints fan. Every time I watch the Saints, they just look slow and sluggish, and they just look like a B-level team. Carolina, I don't know if it's the colors or what the hell it is, or that they won me 2 games in a row, but I don't know. Donnie, you talk to me. He likes the Panthers plus 3.5. What do you got?
I'm actually on the other side. I think that the Saints were supposed to be a very good team this year, and they haven't shown that. I mean, for you, that's pretty obvious. I mean, they're 6-8. They're out of the playoffs. I mean, it's pretty much a dead end team. But that said, they've won their last 3 games and they've beaten good teams. I mean, they beat Philadelphia 20-10, and I know they have Minshew, but he looked really well the first game, and they just gave him fits this time. Also, couple that with the money coming in very, very heavily, over 30 points. I'm going to take the Saints minus 3.5.
It's weird because I'm looking at it right now. It's the Saints minus 3.5 plus 105. Carolina plus 3.5 minus 125. The money line is New Orleans minus 175. Carolina plus 150. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to take the Saints plus minus 3.5. But if I'm really going to bet it, I'm going to buy the hook.
Sure.
I'm just going to buy the hook, especially because the line's only the total's only 41.5. So Tristan, good luck with your Panthers. I hate going against them, but I have to. Donnie loves going against you, so he will. So moving on. Let's go to the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh's given 2.5 at home in a noon game. Tristan loves Pitt, minus 2.5. Pitt needs a win for the playoffs. If this number was a point higher, I'd take Cleveland, but I like Pitt by a field goal. Okay, I take it back. He doesn't love Pitt, but he's betting Pitt minus 2.5. What do you got, Donnie?
I think this is a spore game. I think Cleveland has, they want to play spore. They're out. They're done. But you got to remember, this is a huge rivalry game anyway. I mean, they do not like anybody in their division. And this is a chance for them to end the season on a good note. I mean, considering all of the bad shit that's happened to them, they've actually stuck around and played decent ball. But I think, overall, the money's coming in with Cleveland as well. Brissett hasn't played terrible. He's not been phenomenal, but with Chubb coming back, and they'll have a full basic onslaught. Amari Cooper's the only one that's like questionable, but otherwise they're going to be ripped up and ready to go. And the problem with the Pittsburgh side isn't the offense; it's their defense is pretty banged up, and they're going to go against one of the heaviest running backs in the league. So I'm going to take Cleveland.
Give me Cleveland plus 2.5, Donnie. Still in the noon game, Houston Texans go to Indy.
Who did you have?
Give me Cleveland. I'll take Cleveland. I'll take the dog. I like dogs, man. I've always loved dogs. I've loved dogs. I can't own a dog, but I love dogs. As far as football goes, let's see here. We got Houston going to Indianapolis. Indianapolis minus 2.5. Here we go. Tristan, Indianapolis. He'll take Indianapolis minus 2.5. I was really tempted to take Houston to win here, but they have the number 1 pick in the draft right now. I don't expect them to ruin that. So
I don't think they can.
I don't either.
No,
Dude,
they can't.
I don't.
They have 2 wins. There's nobody else that has 3. The next up is 4. Oh wait, the Bears have 3. They're not gonna.
I don't, dude. I can't. I want to bet Houston. I mean, look, dude. Did I show you what my daughter got me for Christmas? Look at this. Look at this. Now I'm real cholo Houston fan right here. This is my Houston Astro gear. It matches my coach's call jersey too. But I would love to fucking bet Houston. I would love to go to a game with my daughter and cheer them on. But God, they're horrible, bud. And Indianapolis at home minus 2.5. It just seems too easy.
Yeah.
Whoa, it seems too easy. Minus 2.5.
It is, and I mean, I don't see the Colts losing this one. It's, this is a dead end game for 2 dead end teams, but I wouldn't bet this no matter what. But yeah, I still don't think Houston has got.
I'm not going to bet it at all. But now that I just talked myself into seeing it that it was too easy. Yeah. Put me on the Texans plus 2.5. Another dog. Give me the Texans plus 2.5. That 2.5 just seems too easy. The Vikings go to the Bears. Vikings are giving 8. Minnesota minus. Well, Tristan had them at 7.5. He'll.
They're definitely moving up.
They're moving up. Okay. Yeah, he said it's pretty simple here. Justin Fields isn't playing, so give me Minnie. I agree with him. If you don't have Justin Fields, you don't have anything. Give me the Vikings.
It's not like the Vikings have a ton to play for anyway.
Right.
They're pretty much locked in, and have, they're facing if they win and the Niners lose, they do get home field. The Niners is a later game, so they do have a little bit motivation to win. But I don't think that number is too out of hand. It's not like it's 12 or 13 points. So yeah, I'm going to take the Vikings.
Okay, so all 3 of us are on Minnesota. We got New York Jets going to Miami. Miami is giving 3. Let's see what my guy has. Oh, I don't think he picked it. Go ahead, Donnie. What do you got? Miami minus 3 at home.
That's crazy. I can't believe he didn't pick it.
I'm looking for it.
I mean, Miami has an outside chance to get in the playoffs. They need the Patriots to lose, and they need the Steelers to lose, and they need I think that's it. If those 2 teams lose, they're in. So they have a chance to squeak in. Have we heard about Tua? Is he going to play?
Well, here's the thing. I found it. He said when he did this, which was yesterday, he said Jets minus 1. So yesterday it was minus 1. Today it's Jets plus 3. He said Jets minus 1. Fins without Tua and Teddy. Jets take care of business here in what I think is going to be a low-scoring game. And so does everybody else because, the line's 37. But he had Jets minus 1. I see Jets plus 3.
Tua's listed as doubtful. Let's see if there's any news on him.
I'll take the Jets plus 3 in a total of 37. I'll take the Jets plus 3 all day. That's another dog. Put me on another dog, Donnie.
Okay, hang on. I'm trying to find Tua's stuff. Yeah, it looks like he's doubtful, but I'm gonna take the Dolphins. I think they just got too many weapons for the Jets, and
I'm not betting the game, by the way.
I'm not either. But I've said the Jets are overrated all year. I might as well stand by my convictions and let them keep me overrated. So yeah, give me Miami minus 3.
Okay. The Bucks go
Because that
to
line's moving up, so the money's showing it somewhere.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay, so the Bucks go to Atlanta. Atlanta's giving them 4. Tristan says Tampa +4. I don't understand this line. While the Bucks are resting starters, the Falcons have been on the downside of a roller coaster since about mid-year. Give me Tampa to cover.
Tristan said that?
Can you believe it?
No, something's wrong. He must have been sick when he sent that.
He said Tampa +4. I don't understand this line. While the Bucks are resting starters, the Falcons have been on the downside of a roller coaster since about mid-year. Give me Tampa to cover +4. Go ahead, Donnie.
I mean, he starts off his logic by saying, I don't understand this line, and then explains it the wrong way. But I actually think he's right. I think that overall, Tampa has too many weapons. I think they've sent Brady out for maybe a quarter, just to get him some more rhythm because he's coming in hot. And then they pull him and let him coast. But I still don't think that they have nearly the firepower to keep up with them. So the Falcons are just not good.
Yeah. Give me Tampa +4 also, please. Then we got New England. The Patriots go to the Bills. Bills -7 at home. This was tough because of the injury, because of what happened last week, don't you think? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot of emotions and different. Although I heard he's doing better now,
Yep.
day by
Doing a lot
day. So that might give him, a little motivation. This is what Tristan said. New England plus. He likes New England +7. One can make an argument that the Bills are going to destroy New England playing for DeMar Hamlin. I think it'll be opposite. The guy suffered a pretty traumatic event. I think the Bills win, but not by a TD. What do you think, Donnie?
I think this is a blowout. I think these two coaches don't like each other, and that's never been, more evident than the last couple of years. So I expect that, the Bills come out and really try to take care of business with times here. But yeah, Hamlin is doing a lot better. He's off of the breathing tube. He's FaceTiming the Bills. So,
Yeah.
He's doing very well. Like, all things considering, he's doing well. But they beat him by 14 earlier in the year at the Patriots. I expect this will be around the same thing. So
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Bills.
I really thought Cincinnati was going to beat the fucking pants off the Bills last week. I had Cincy. I had Cincy. I had under. I had teased. I was all excited because I really thought Cincy was on the way to just beating the shit out of this team. I don't know, man. It's just the Bills are scary. It's the motivational. If it weren't for, if it was this without the Hamlin story, and I wish it would have never happened, by the way, but if it was just this, looking at it, I would take New England. I don't think the Bills are what I think they are, but with the motivation, with what's going on, I do believe in that. Just like other people believe in ghosts and extraterrestrials. So give me the Bills. I'm with you. I think the Bills win this by 18 or more points. I'm with you, Don. The Cardinals are going to San Francisco. Man, I can't wait to my jersey still hadn't come in. I got Mr. Irrelevant's jersey. I told you about that.
Yeah, you do.
But
Well, I can tell you right now, most all jersey companies are backed up. And I got emails about Tristan's jersey yesterday. I didn't even see it. It came Wednesday and I didn't see it until today. It was like, due to holiday shipping and stuff. I don't think anybody went back to work till yesterday. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Well, we got the Cardinals.
Here, I can't say anything. I hadn't been to work in 2 weeks. So
the Cardinals are going to San Francisco. The Cardinals are going to be without the Garden Gnome quarterback. San Francisco -14, 3:30 game. Give me the 49ers all to give me the 49ers all day minus 14. Tristan says San Francisco minus 14. Cardinals are a dumpster fire. San Francisco in a runaway. What do you got, Donnie?
I'm actually going to agree with you, but with an asterisk. If the Vikings win, then that puts all the pressure on the 49ers. If the Vikings lose, then there's almost no pressure. So they may sit some people after that because they hold the tie break. But I am going to say that, the 49ers run it because the Cardinals are freaking awful. Like they're 4-12. They're going to the toilet bowl.
Then we've got the Dallas Cowboys. This used to be a huge game back when I was growing up. Back in the day of the days when football was really football.
Oh, you mean when they had real names?
Yeah, exactly. Dallas is going to Washington. We got the Cowboys and the Redskins. The Cowboys are giving 7 on the road. Now, I'm not going to call them that. I'm going to call them the Redskins. Y'all can cancel me if you want. The Cowboys are giving 7 on the road to Washington in a 3:30 game. Tristan has Dallas minus 7. I lean Washington because it's in D.C., but their coaching staff is just lost right now. Plus a rookie QB starting and Dallas playing for number 1 seed. Take the boys. Who's the quarterback for Washington?
Oh gosh.
Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
Yeah, it's is it Heineke? Is Heineke going to start?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He may not. They may put the other dude in.
Well, they got Dallas. He's got Dallas minus 7. What do you got, Don?
I also got Dallas. I think it's a pretty easy game for Dallas. Gosh, but who is there? I don't know.
All right, give me Dallas minus 7 also. Yeah. We'll all take the Cowboys. Jump on there with our jaded cowboy who we haven't heard from forever. And then we got the Chargers going to the Broncos. Chargers plus 3, Broncos minus 3, and Tristan says Chargers plus 3. I really hate this game, LOL, but I'm not laying points with Russell Wilson. It's gone from plus 2 to plus 3 in a day and a half.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Me too. I can't stand Russell Wilson.
I don't care about Broncos country. It can ride down the toilet.
Good. Let's all bet the Chargers and move on. The Rams and the Seahawks. Seahawks giving 6. Tristan likes the Seahawks at 6. They need a lot of help, but the Seahawks can still make the playoffs. They'll beat the Rams by 2 TDs. I'm with you, Tristan. Give me Seattle minus 6. What do you got, Donnie?
I'm actually on the other side. I think if anything, I know that the Rams are 1-6 in away games, but I think that if anything, the Rams want to play spoiler just as bad. I mean, they've only lost 1 game since they got Baker, and that was against the Chargers last week. But they didn't play poorly. It's just they didn't make the timely conversions that they'd made previously.
Oh, wait a minute. They got Baker, don't they?
Yeah.
No, so I'll change mine. Never mind. Give me the Rams plus 6.
I think the Rams want to be a spoiler here, and I think that they upset the Seahawks and take. I'm actually going to throw a little bit on the money line on that one.
Let me tell you something, Donnie. I've come to this realization. Baker Mayfield will never be a champion of champions, but he will be the champion of fucking spoilers. This guy was meant to go in and just fuck shit up. I mean, he is meant to go in there and ruin fucking dreams. That's all I believe. He looks like that kid in the back of the classroom that's going to fuck up the whole day for you. So I like it. I like Baker. Done it
every step of his career, from planting the flag in Ohio State when he was with Oklahoma to, then getting drafted by Cleveland, and it's like, hey, it was college, bro. I don't know what to tell you,
bro. That might be another jersey we need to get, is a fucking Baker Mayfield spoiler jersey. It's a spoiler alert. Yeah, give me the Rams. I like the Rams even more now, plus 6 with Baker. The Giants going to Philly. Holy shit, Philly's giving 14 points.
Yep, they are. That's a big number.
Here's Tristan, man. Giants plus 14. 14 points for a division game, question mark? Sure, Eagles have motivation while Giants already clinched playoffs, and Eagles ran these dudes in the first game. But I think the Giants would love nothing more than to beat these dudes and knock them out of the number 1 seed. Give me the points and give me the Giants money line. Donnie, stop shaking your fucking head. He literally typed that. Donnie, stop shaking your head. All right, he's got Giants plus 14. Go ahead, Donnie. Rebuttal time.
He knew exactly where I was going. I'll give the kid credit. He knows me pretty well.
That's awesome. Well. That's the best moment.
The Giants are getting 87% of the freaking votes, but they're only getting 70% of the money. So there's a 20%, almost a 20% difference on the money. That means that there's some big boys out there because there's only 13% of the people betting the Eagles. But when they're betting it for millions. So I'm going to take the Eagles. They want to quench the first, they want to quench home field. And nothing would make them happier than to quench home field in front of the freaking Cowboys. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles and I'm gonna take them to walk. I get it. I do. I totally understand why he's thinking that. But Hurts returning. He's going to come back in a blaze of glory, and he's going to light him up. So yeah,
this goes against every fiber of my being in a professional ball game, just like an SEC conference game, dude. There's no way I'm going to give double-digit points to anybody. But with an SEC quarterback coming back, with the Eagles, I just think the Eagles are fucking horrible. I mean, they played horrible the last couple of weeks. They got something to prove. I think they're going to be pissed off. Guy goes against everything that I own, everything that I feel. But because you also said of the money and the percentages, give me the Eagles minus 14. Ugh, that tasted bad saying it. But give me the Eagles minus 14. And then finally, we got at the night game, the Lions, the Packers.
Yep.
Packers given 4.5 to probably my favorite coaching staff in the entire NFL. I mean, they look like a bunch of goddamn hoodlums that just walked off the street. But I love them. They're catching 4.5 at Green Bay. What do you think, Donnie? You go first.
This game's tough for me because I want to say the Lions have this, but the Packers have owned the Lions throughout their history, and they are playing pretty good ball right now. If you tell me that the Packers are 8-8, 7 games ago, I'm like, you've lost your mind. Like, there's no way that's happening. Yeah. But now here they are, and they got a shot to make the playoffs. There's a backdoor sneaking in, but I mean, all they need to do is they need the Seahawks to lose, and they got to handle their business. That's why this game is prime time. I think the NFL knows this game is for who's in the playoffs. Yep. I think they already knew. That's why they flexed it to the night game. They were like, all right, what game needs the most? Here it is. So they flexed this game over to Sunday night football, home field advantage. They want to see, I know NFL execs hate Aaron Rodgers because of the COVID and the ayahuasca and all that other stuff, but in the same sense, they love a good story. So they're like, ooh, we could get a happy Aaron Rodgers on TV. So I think they already know the Seahawks are going to lose. And I think they already know that, this game is set for the Packers. This will be a game, I bet, if the Seahawks lose, I will throw a lot on the Packers. So I'm on the Packers.
I am on the Packers also. Listen to this. Tristan, this could end up being one of my biggest bets of the year. The Packers season has done a 180, and they're going to go into the playoffs scorching hot. Nobody wants a piece of the Packers. Give me Green Bay minus 4.5. Wow, he sounds like a fucking...
our last consensus pick, and it is a doozy.
It is, but it all hinges on a Seattle loss, right?
Even if Seattle doesn't lose, I think they still can make it in because they control the tie breaks over Seattle. I'm not exactly sure. Let me see if I can.
I'm telling you, Tristan this is going to be a 6 to 8 unit play for Tristan. I could read it. I could read it in his text message.
Let's see. Yeah.
So out of all of these, let's go back.
Yeah, I think it is. No, I can't find anything.
All right, I'm
Could
gonna
you?
wait till Sunday. Let's do this. Uh, tomorrow. Yeah, for tomorrow. What do you got? What do you got? Do you have any surefire plays you're gonna play? I know one I'm gonna do for tomorrow. I'm gonna tease both dogs, the Raiders and the Titans. I've already talked myself into that. I'm gonna tease the Raiders and the Titans. Do you have anything
I'm
you know
definitely
you want?
taking the Titans tomorrow. And like I said, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on money line.
Any Sunday games that stick out for you?
Um, yeah, there's a few. I'm gonna probably bet the Cowboys. I'm probably gonna bet the Vikings. I'm definitely betting the under on the Browns Steelers. I think that's a low
Yeah.
scoring game. It's gonna be kind of nasty up there anyway. Um, and then I'm definitely betting the Eagles and I'm betting the Rams.
Okay. Yeah, I like your under. I like the Rams. I like the Packers because I like the Packers story. But here's what we'll do. I'll come back. I'll come back. I'll give you a holler tomorrow, um, and we'll do this again because I really want to hone in on this weekend because I think
Basically, the Packers are winning in. They control they control the
yeah, what I really want to do though is I really want because there's going to be some betters that like Tristan said this weekend scares the shit out of them. So I want to get
sure.
together with you. I want to get on this on our YouTube channel, and I want to tell everybody and show everybody the lines, how they moved, where the money's going, and what we're going to bet. Because I want to make a lot of money this weekend with you, Donnie. What do you think, man? Let's
I mean,
follow some money.
this is our last college football weekend. Period. Now we start playoffs after this. There'll be a lot of betting on playoff football
Yeah,
from here on out. And then it kind of slows down. I mean, football's almost over. We only got about 7 weeks left. There's still a good chance to finish off the year real strong. I've had a good
yeah,
year so far. I'm up. I'm not happy with how much I'm up, but I'm up. So I'm not going to complain. But the only reason I'm not happy because my first week was fucking incredible. And I'm like, holy cow, why can't I do this every week? And
yeah,
it just doesn't work like that.
yeah.
So
No, and
yeah,
me, I've
it's
turned into a fade train, dude. I mean, it was. I think I'm. If I'm up very little, not even enough. I think I'm barely breaking even because I stepped in a pile of shit and couldn't wash it off my back. Here the last couple of weeks, but we can turn it around. We'll be all right. I mean, TCU helped me get out of a big hole. Obviously, Georgia shit the bed for us, but it wasn't that big a deal. I mean, the plus 400 on the TCU was huge. Anyway, we've got them up, guys. We're gonna put them up on our Discord. Remember, go to coachescall.store, click the menu button, go down to the Discord, join us in the Discord. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, and we are up to date, up to the minute betting. We've got hockey going on now. We've got college basketball. We got pro basketball. Donnie's doing the tennis thing with a couple other guys. Soccer is another thing. We've got a lot of things going on in Discord. It's free, doesn't cost you a thing. Come troll around, make some bets, and then you can see what we do live also. Especially college basketball. I love to live bet totals. I'll wait till about 5 to 7 minutes left in the ball game, and I'll try to snipe totals. If you do it for 50 bucks a snipe, and you hit 4 or 5 a day, that's not bad to do. But come follow us
no,
because we do that shit on the reg, on the
we
reg.
do a lot of live betting. Like you said, tennis started back this week. I didn't have much going on for the first 2 days, and I was really sick. But I went 2-2 yesterday, and hit both of my bigger bets. So I was up, even though I went 2-2, I was still up 3 units, so no complaints. And it's only going to get more tennis after this. That coupled with the fact that you'll start seeing a lot more of the guys like me moving over from football over into basketball. I have not had a good run with basketball this year, so I've been waiting until I could devote some more time to it and see where I'm missing things at. So, yeah.
And with saying that, guys, thank you guys for listening to our NFL podcast, Pro Lines and Raking Dimes. But I do want to mention this, and I haven't told Donnie this yet, so I'm telling him live as we're here. Coaches call the real game. So we try to go a little deeper into different things, and we look at recaps and stuff like that. But I'm going to have Donnie on the real game, and he's going to tell us all about his tennis betting. He has his own podcast. He's been sick. He's been out, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it today. I'd like to do it today, if not tomorrow, Don. But I want to get Donnie on Coaches Called the Real Game. Ask him about tennis, how he bets it, what he looks like, or what he looks at, some of his face. Yeah, what he looks like. No, you don't
I'm sitting
see
here
him
eating
right
crackers and drinking Gatorade.
now.
That's my
You
diet.
don't see him right now. But what he looks at, who his favorite players are. Does grass versus clay make a difference for him? Different things like that. I really want to get into this tennis thing. I used to play every now and then when I was in high school for my little 4A high school team here, and of course my ex-wife was an All-American in college, and that's how we met. I was playing ball, she was playing tennis. So I love tennis. I really do. I followed it all my life, but I want to get inside Donnie's skull about this tennis thing. So y'all stay tuned for that on the real game, and we'll post it on TikTok and YouTube and everything. But Donnie, thanks for being on, bud.
Sometimes you have a big dog that just wants attention. And when he barks, everybody listens.
Donnie, thanks for being on. Get better, bud. Everybody, thank you for listening. This is Coach's Call Weekly Pick'em Show, Pro Lines and Raking Dimes. Till next time, guys, I hope to see you Saturday or Sunday. We'll see you at the ticket window. Adios.